Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Sportscast Jersey Football Chat. This week it's the turn of Grouville and we're joined by their goalkeeper Garry Lloyd. How are you doing, Gary?
Hi Dan, thanks for having me on. Yeah, all good, mate.
Good stuff, good stuff. I know it's a while ago now, but I wanted to touch on last season still, and obviously it was a good season for you guys. How did you reflect on it at the end?
Yeah, it was a really good season, to be honest with you, Dan. I mean, at the start of the season, we looked at the squad and thought that we would have a chance of some major silverware. It did look to be probably, if I'm completely honest, the best Grouville squad that I've been involved with. Probably actually the best squad I've been involved with in Jersey. We had everything there. All the ingredients were right. A little bit of heart and fight and needle in the middle. Proven goal scorers, good defenders, and an unbelievable goalkeeper. But unfortunately, it didn't happen for us in the league. But it definitely did in the cups. And I think we were slightly unlucky in the end to come off second best to a good St. Peter's side. But yeah, getting to the end of a season with 3 trophies, it's never bad.
Yeah, how good is it to win those trophies for Grouville? Obviously, um, it's a good kind of community up there. How good is it to win that get those silverwares over the line?
Yeah, absolutely. It is my club. It's a club I've been attached to. I have played for some wonderful teams over here, St. Peter's, St. Wands in particular, St. Brellard's. But Grouville's always been my team. I've been there and around the place a long time. So it means a lot. It means a lot to the club as well. We've got some really good people involved in the backroom side. President, who's extremely good with the club. He tries his very best to say yes to everything, or as many things as he possibly can. We've got club stalwarts and the likes of George Knoll and others behind the scenes. So it was really, really nice. And I think for the guys there, we had a really good celebration at the end of both cups. We had a really good celebration at the end of the season, our awards do. And yeah, as I said, the club needs things like this. Dan, I think you probably know that. We've not always been the most successful side in the island, and we really tried to build. We were looking to try and get to a stage where we had everything in place: a really good minis, a really good juniors, a really good seniors, and a good clubhouse. And unfortunately, things haven't worked out as we would like to this season, but that we'll always have last season.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, every summer people move around and what have you. How was the summer kind of window for you guys?
In a nutshell, an absolute disaster. And there's no dressing that up in any other way. Unfortunately, the main crux of the side that we had were not with us this season for a multitude of reasons. Leandro Vieira, good luck to the boy. He's away in Madeira at the moment. We hope that goes well for him. And if it doesn't, we'll be ready and waiting for him to come back. And we lost the goal scorers, really. Karl Heinz was disappointing because we really felt like Grouville had become his home. But obviously he looked for pastures new. Harrison Moon was a really difficult one to take for all of us. On a personal level, I think the club had done an awful lot for Harrison, and I wish him well now. But obviously it was a massive void, and I think it was disappointing because these guys knew what would happen. They knew that when they left our club, it would be very difficult to replace them. And as I said, I don't think the team, the squad, the management, the president, the people in the back room, I don't think they deserve some of the things that have happened this season, and certainly some of the things that have happened pre-season. But look, this is football. Guys move for a multitude of reasons, some, for friends, some to be closer to home. You have to accept it and you have to move on.
Yeah, definitely. And you moved on, and how do you look at the squad that you have now, and what are your thoughts on it at the moment?
I mean, from a personal perspective, Dan, a massive disappointment for me was to see our under-18s disband, really. We've not put aside in this year, and that was fundamentally we'd lost maybe one of our best players every year for the last 3 or 4 years, and that really was down to players moving for friends, social circles, various reasons. But it was very disappointing to see those that I think the club have spent an awful lot of time putting some effort into, making sure that training was good, making sure they had the best facilities and the best sort of clothing and kits and everything else. And it was disappointing because these guys were the future. They were going to be this year's team. They were going to be the ones that were going to be around that. And to see them go away and move to different clubs and enjoy, the plaudits of other teams, it's difficult to accept. And so this year, we really, with as a sort of a core group of maybe 15, 16 that we can choose from. And we don't really have an awful lot behind that. So it will be a difficult task this year. We'll be doing everything we can as a coaching group and as a club to rally everyone round. But realistically, I think the signings that we've been able to bring in that have affected the first team, really, Charles Stewart is the only one that stands out. He seems to be an excellent player, really good trainer as well. And the rest, Brad Rimmer's come into the squad. He's helped with the first team, certainly with numbers. And we're an open door at the moment, Dan. Any players out there who feel like they want to be attached to a club that's going places, really looking to kick on, we'd love to have them.
Definitely. Season's obviously well underway now. How has it started for you guys, and are you happy with how it's going?
Well, we're not happy. I think that's probably clear from the results. We're shipping way too many goals at the moment, and that's down to the fact that we've got a makeshift squad. We're making do with what we can. We're out of both of the cups that we won last year, which is hugely disappointing, but probably in line and in keeping with where we are right now, where we are as a club, where we are as a squad. And we drew our opening game against St. Ones. It was a tough game. In actual fact, I think we were much the better side, and we just switched off in the last 5 or 6 minutes. And they got an equaliser. I think they felt that was deserved. And our other game, I think we played St. Brellards. We were down, and then we came back, and we made it a really good game. And unfortunately, we just ran out of legs there. So no, it's not been the start we would like. But what it has done, it's brought this group a little bit closer together. They've all bought in now to what we're trying to do. We're an excellent club. We've got great facilities. Unfortunately, we've just been very, very heavily hit by individuals' choices to leave our club.
Yeah, definitely. And on a personal note, obviously, Connor's come into the team. He's playing weekly now. How good is that for you to play with your son?
It was a great start. It was a wonderful novelty, but I think the novelty's worn off for both of us now. I think he's probably sick of the abuse that I give him on a weekly basis, and vice versa. Now he's big enough and ugly enough to take it, so he gives it back. I think it's brilliant to see a lot of the guys. I mean, I'm fortunate. I took the Grouville lads from the under-11s all the way through to where they are now. And it's brilliant to see some of the youngsters coming through. I watch Barry Beatson play for the under-18s, the Bulls. He's coming on so well. He's such a good player. Connor O'Keefe, one of the sort of disappointments for us was losing our under-18s, and Connor was an instrumental part of that. We gave him an awful lot of time last year to be involved with Island football rather than train, and we know how good a player he is. And there's probably 8 or 9 lads there now, under 16, 17, 18, who are all exceptionally good players. Connor's one of those. I think this year is probably going to be a year where he'll find his feet. And he probably doesn't want somebody behind him shouting at him and giving him a lot of abuse along the way. But he's doing well. Last year was a really, really good thing to win trophies at the highest level that you can play over here in Jersey. Jeremy Cups, Wee Cups, Charity Cups. To have your son alongside you, it's a special moment.
Yeah, definitely. It is. In terms of goals for the season, what are they and how different are they to last season from all that you've said, basically?
To be honest, we've not ever really set any goals down. I mean, Dave Fitton, our manager, he's brilliant, but he's a motivational manager, and he tends to be able to drag you along the way on whatever journey you end up going on. When I came back to the club 5 or 6 years ago, we were in a championship and pushing to win that and pushing to win honours in that level, and we managed to do that. I think we're 7 or 8 trophies in the last 5 years, which for a club of Grouville standing is exceptional. It's a great return. And this year really was about looking at what the squad would look like come October, November time. And it's been decimated. The boys have felt it. We got some really talented players still here, the likes of Kieran Stevens, Charlie Payne, Carl Duncan, Connor. They're all, we've sort of got the baseline and the backbone of a great squad. But it's really now finding, can we fill all of those little holes on the pitch that'll make us be successful? And, the honest truth is, could we hope for a good cup run, and could we, sort of solidify in the league? That's really where we're probably at this moment in time. If I'm honest with you, it's very disappointing to say that. Extremely defeatist for me. I like to win. I'd like to consider myself a leader and a winner on the pitch. And unfortunately, you have to cut your cloth accordingly. And that probably is our goal, is just to solidify and make sure that we're still here come 2024.
Yeah, definitely. Last little question I've asked every guest so far, this kind of question as well. What are your personal opinion on local football at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, I listened to Robbie's chat that he did last week, and Robbie's got, I mean, he's a good coach, excellent, lovely guy as well, and he probably hit the nail on the head really, where he said that he thinks the standard of football's getting better in Jersey. I think that's really, if I'm honest with you, Dan, largely down to the kids coming through. St. Paul's, I've always been a massive advocate of saying, look, don't throw anybody in at the deep end. Kids need to learn gradually and eventually, and with a group of senior professionals. But they've done it the opposite way. And you know what? They've probably not done too bad a job of it. Their squad will probably be an average age of 18, 19, yet they're very competitive. The kids are very strong. They're getting better every year. And Barry's testament to that. But there are, probably 8 or 9 players in that St. Paul's squad that are extremely talented. So I think the kids are dragging us along. I think we've, as an island, we've got so many talented players, and we always get told that we're punching above our weight in Jersey because we've got, the likes of Luca, who's an ex-Grouville player, the likes of Callum, and others, Luke as well. They're all part of the system in the UK, but I think people always are under the perception you have to play for Manchester United or Fulham or Chelsea. Probably 15 to 20 of these lads over here could go on and have great careers in the UK, go on and play for teams and academies there. Maybe not at the very top level, but we got some great kids coming through, and I think they're dragging the standard up. The Bulls was obviously going to hit everybody, and it's hit us as well. Leandro, if he does come back, I'm sure he'll be part of that Bulls squad. We lost Jake Baker to that, Rob Martins-Figueira to that. We've last year, obviously, Lorne Bickley, when he came back, was with us, and he's now a stalwart of Jersey Bulls and doing exceptionally well. So there was always going to be a leveling off period after the Bulls started, and I think we're now coming out the other side of that. And I'd like to see a lot more of these youngsters given an opportunity at the senior Bulls level, because I've said for a long, long time, whilst I don't think it should be a cut-off point of you're 24 and you're out, I think we should be advocating as many of the youth that we have in Jersey as possible on the bigger stages, and that does include the Jersey Bulls.
Yeah. No, I like that. And good answer. And thank you for your time as well, Gary. It's been good to talk about Grouville and how they're doing and your opinion of it all. So thank you for your time and good luck for the rest of the season as well.
Thanks for having me on, mate.
Legend. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That was Sportscast Jersey, football chat, and Garry Lloyd. Thank you for watching or listening. Another episode is coming soon.